The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Morning Market Kickoff with your host, Tommy O'Brien. Now, Tommy O'Brien.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFNN Tuesday morning, 8:30 a.m., 60 minutes ago until that opening bell, and we got a little bit of a mixed market so far this morning. S&P's positive by about 6 points, trading at 35.05. Nasdaq Futures, why not? Leading the way. Nasdaq Futures up 109 points, 12,223. We got Apple trading higher this morning. Zooming to the moon on their earnings. We'll jump over to that in a moment. You get the Dow actually negative by 18 points, trading 28,398. Gold catching a bid, up $17 at $19.95. Gold climbing above 2,000 briefly early this morning. Silver up 45 cents, above $29, $29.05. Notes and bonds, a little bit of lower price, higher yield on the session. The 10-year negative 3 ticks at 139.05. You get the 30-year negative 21 ticks, trading at 175.02. 10-year yield sitting at 0.716%. In Europe, you have the DAX up about 0.3% right now. FTSE negative 1.2%. CAC Carol flat. In Asia, you have the Nikkei flat. Shanghai positive by a bit. And we'll start things off with Zoom. Why not? Look at this stock, folks. It just does not stop. Last night, you go from about 320 up to 400. And it looks like it's catching some more bids this morning, as even at about 7 a.m., you were trading at 413. We're now trading at $460. Zoom is going to open about $135 in the green this morning. The bid ask, 458 by 458. Remarkable action. Let's get over to their numbers. You can't do much better than they did in the last fiscal quarter. Okay. Earnings, 92 cents a share. The market was looking for 45 cents. Revenue, $663 million. The market was looking for $500 million. Revenue grew. This is the number that people keep throwing around. Pretty startling number. Revenue grew 355% on an annualized basis in the fiscal quarter, which ended July 31st. In the prior quarter, Zoom's revenue grew 169%. New customer subscriptions delivered 81% of the revenue growth, and there was less customer churn than expected. Zoom's income neared $186 million, up from just $5 million a year ago. Zoom increased the adjusted gross margin to 72.3% from 69.4%. Quite the numbers, quite the quarter, and quite the reaction from the market, as it just does not stop. Zoom to the moon this morning on their earnings last night. All right, what else we have happening? Why not? You know what? We got to back it up for 2 seconds, though. We started the year at $65, folks. Coming into their earnings, even yesterday, there was an acceleration. I mean, a lot of this priced in, but no matter how much they priced into this stock, it beat in a big way. Like I said, you got to back it all the way down to see on this chart. Zoom is going to open basically right at about here, 455. Remarkable action this morning on Zoom. All right, the other big name catching headlines this morning, not surprising, Tesla, Mr. Elon Musk. So they're going to be coming to the market with $5 billion worth of shares eventually. That news coming up this morning, market pairing some of the gains we have. We were actually up to almost $540 overnight from $498. The news on Tesla jumping over. Tesla to sell up to $5 billion in stock amid a rally. Of course, quite a rally indeed. So they're going to sell $5 billion in stock. The additional shares will be sold, quote unquote, from time to time at the market prices. So this is a little bit different. Normally, you might do a secondary offering, right? You go to a Wall Street investment house. They facilitate that. Maybe you give it just slightly under market, right? So Tesla closed yesterday at $498. You might say we're doing a secondary offering. We're going to raise $5 billion. We're going to sell it into the market at $490, $495, something like that. They didn't do that because they might not have found a bid for those stocks. And so what did they say? They said, don't worry about it. We'll sell it right into the market. We don't have to worry about Wall Street. We're going to sell it right into Main Street, right into Robinhood. So Tesla will be selling those shares whenever they feel like it, $5 billion worth. Now, Tesla yesterday at these prices, they almost have a $500 billion market cap. They're approaching $500 billion market cap. So basically, they're selling off almost 1% of the company. Not too drastic. Can't fault Elon Musk for taking some profit off the table for some cash for the company at these prices. I mean, folks, when you get into the action we've had, let's see if the article references how far they've come. Through Monday's close, Tesla has gained nearly 500% this year. In the last year, shares have gained 1,000%. That's a 10-bagger, folks. Now, check this out. Tesla's run-up has only gained steam since the company announced its 5-for-1 stock split on August 11th. They announced that split on August 11th, okay? There's your announcement. You were trading at 273, folks. You're going to open at above 500 this morning. That's not usually how it works. Tesla's up 81.3% from that time, and that includes the 12% rise it had yesterday. And realistically, there has not been a substantial change in the dynamics of this company. They were already on fire August 11th, right? I mean, you were just going from June 25th, you were at 191. On August 11th, you were at 280, let alone where you were pre-COVID, you were at 180. So you just go from 270 to 500, 81% over that same period of time. I think the S&P is up about 5%. What's really interesting, I was chatting with some friends about this, right? So you have Tesla up about 80% since they announced their split on August 11th. You have the S&P up about 5% over that time. The S&P is up 5% over that time because you have Apple up dramatically. Now, they announced their own stock split back on June 30th, but if you zoom in on August 11th, there's the 11th, Apple was trading at 108. They're up at 129. And they got their own news this morning. They're trading at 132. We'll get into that after the first break. So it's quite a back and forth of who's leading who here. You have Tesla up 80%. You have the S&P up 5%. But one of the reasons the S&P is up 5% is because Apple's up 20% over that time. And one of the reasons Apple's up 20% over that time, because they split as well. They split 4-for-1. So I guess you just got to keep splitting those shares and everybody will keep buying them. Nonetheless, remarkable action on Tesla. Market cap now standing at $464 billion. And as you see, though, I mean, pretty remarkable in terms of we're now at 500. Could this be the peak where you have actually Elon Musk taking some money off the table? I mean, just since this morning, folks, we just gave it back from $538 to $498. We just gave back $40 in basically the last hour and a half on that news. And maybe this is the crescendo. We hit 500. We peaked above it. You have the company coming out and saying, listen, at these prices, we're just going to sell off some shares into the market and take some cash off the table. It's too good not to. Maybe that's it. We'll see what happens. Or maybe Tesla goes up another 12% today. We'll see. We'll see. The VIX this morning, VIX 2531. We saw a little bit of elevated VIX yesterday. I mean, check out this market sell-off in the final 10 minutes of the day. We'll put it on a 5-minute for the S&P. We'll zoom it in. And really, let's focus on the end of the trading day. 3:50 p.m., you're trading at 35.12. By the close of action, you were at 34.92. You trade down 20 S&P points in a heartbeat last night. Dicey action. We'll see where we open. Right now, you get the S&Ps up about 9. Nasdaq up 104, helped by Apple as well as you got some news on Walmart this morning. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back to go over all of it.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A Share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We get the S&Ps positive by 9 points, Nasdaq positive by 101. One of the areas of the Nasdaq on fire as usual, Apple. Apple closed yesterday at about 129.04. We're trading right now at 131.41. So you're up almost 2% on Apple. That having to do with the news that they are going to launch 5G phones, which was expected, but they got watches, they got iPad Airs coming in October. So Bloomberg's got a report out there this morning. They're going to launch 4 new iPhone models with 5G technology. Myself, I think I'm on an 8 Plus right now. I'm waiting for that 5G. I am. I'm going to be one of the people that's going to be buying an updated phone on the next cycle. A new iPad Air, Apple Watches, and a HomePod are also due to be unveiled. So it breaks it down. Apple's planning to launch 4 new phone models with a 5th generation cellular technology in October, according to the report. They have asked suppliers, this is the big number here, to make between 75 million and 80 million new iPhones, which is in line with what it asked for in previous years. Of the 4 new models, which are said to have updated designs with square edges, 2 will be regular and the other 2 will be high-end. Apple really trying to get into both segments of that market. The regular devices, you're talking about 5.4 inches and 6.1. The premium versions will be stepped up a bit, 6.1 and 6.7 inches. They're also planning to launch a new iPad Air, 2 new Apple Watches, its first over-ear headphones, and smaller HomePod in October. Stocks and companies that supply Apple, they're positive on that news. This coming on the heels of their earnings on July 30th. They have the stock split going on. It's all roses for Apple so far, folks. We're up $2.60, so about 2% on the positive. You get Apple opening that, putting a bid under the Nasdaq this morning. What else we got? How about Walmart? Walmart to launch its membership program, Walmart Plus, in the middle of this month, September 1st. We're kicking off September trading. August, one of the best Augusts for the market in a long time. Walmart Plus going to cost $98 a year, or almost $13 a month. That's going to launch September 15th. Walmart trading positive on this news. We'll jump over to their chart in a moment. The subscription service will capitalize on the retailer's strong grocery business and customers' desire for more convenient ways to shop, but members must spend a minimum of $35. not really a big deal, right? I mean, if you're paying $98 a year, you're shopping for groceries, you can probably find $35 worth of something in Walmart. That's what they're banking on. We're not launching Walmart Plus with the intent to compete with anything else. I call suspect on that. We're launching it to meet the needs of our customers, and it really was designed to make their busy lives easier. Well, I would guess that over at Amazon, they see this as a little bit of a competitor to their business. They got Whole Foods. They're launching, this is Amazon is, they got Whole Foods. They're launching a new grocery store called Fresh to be a little bit more discount. Whole Foods, it's all organic. It's a little bit more pricey. They're launching Fresh. Amazon's got Amazon Prime, of course. Walmart now. Walmart's going to have Walmart Plus. Launching September 15th. Unlimited free delivery, discounts as much as 5 cents a gallon for fuel, and access to Scan and Go app that allows shoppers to skip the checkout line. They'll have to meet the $35 minimum for each online order to avoid fees, whether it's shipped to the home or dropped off at their door. Not a bad deal. I mean, Amazon Prime, yeah, talk about not a competitor. The fact that CNBC, rightfully so, feels the need to explain the competition of Amazon Prime. It's a direct competitor, folks. $119 a year. Amazon Prime comes with free 2-day shipping or some same-day shipping without a minimum. Grocery delivery through Amazon Fresh is free if customers meet a $35 minimum. Coincidence? I think not. You have the chief customer officer for Walmart said the company wants to deepen loyalty among those who already shop at its more than 4,700 stores. I mean, loyalty, that's the big deal, right? Once Amazon gets you into the Amazon Prime ecosystem, you are locked in. I'm sure Walmart trying to do the same thing. So that deal launching in 14 days from right now, folks, two weeks from today, and check out the acceleration. From $138.85, Walmart up almost $4 to $142.30. Putting this on some context, folks, that is going to be, I believe, an all-time high for Walmart. Yes, it sure is. 142 is the bid ask on Walmart. Backing this up even further, the 3-year weekly, that's going to be an all-time high. Seeing how Amazon's trading this morning, don't sell out Amazon, folks. We're trading higher on Amazon as well. Check that out. 34.88 right now. We closed yesterday at about 34.50. The whole market had that little sell-off in the final 10 minutes. That's why you saw the S&P jump about 20 points to the south. This morning, we're opening up about 8 points at 35.07. All right, what else we got going on in the market? Jumping around to different stocks with action. We covered Zoom, Walmart, Tesla. Those are the big stories of the morning, really. You have the airlines. So the airline stocks, they had quite a day yesterday, as you had United coming out and saying that they're going to eliminate ticket change fees. Delta and American followed later in the day. I mean, the airlines, you really can't be nickel and diming as an airline these days. If you have a customer and you're an airline and they're flying on your plane, you're probably going to have to accommodate them if they want to switch that flight. That's what they're coming to terms with. So the airlines, dicey scenario is they might not be able to nickel and dime us like they always had for a long time. I mean, when I was a young child, 80s, 90s, even 2000s, you had, airlines, they were going BK all the time. And then all of a sudden you had a decade or two of just fees up the wazoo, and they're going to be dealing with some woes for a long time as the competition is just going to be fierce, folks. And for a long time, they were able to charge whatever they wanted, right? $40 a bag here, $75 to change your ticket here. That's not going to be the case for the next few years. Schlumberger, they're going to merge its North American fracking business with Liberty Oil Field. The oil sector, it's a tough one, right? Gas, tough deal for sure. Now, Ford, at a time when Tesla is just going gangbusters, I said on our program yesterday, as of yesterday, you had Tesla approaching a market cap of almost $500 billion. And I said to somebody I know, what do you think the market cap is of Ford? And they said, I don't know. If Tesla's worth $500 billion, maybe Ford's worth $250 billion, $300 billion? No, how about $27 billion is the value of Ford, to put things in context. And guess what? You have Ford cutting 1,000 salary jobs in North America. Said that the announcement could come this week. Ford tries to improve its efficiency at a time when you got Tesla saying, hey, why don't you just give me $5 billion from that price of my stock? You have Ford cutting salaries as they are dealing with some woes. We covered Apple. Hawaiian Holdings, the parent of Hawaiian Airlines, same deal. Airlines across the board, jumping around some of these airlines, just been a tough deal, cutting across the board. There's your action on United yesterday, and we're continuing the trend today from 36. We're at 35.58. American trading lower this morning as well. Delta Airlines, lower this morning as well. Domestically, JetBlue, same deal. Trade lower yesterday, we're lower again today, and we'll finish it off with Southwest. LUV, 37.26. All right, folks, stay tuned. I'm going to check back in on that VIX, 25.56. I mean, keep this in mind, folks. This VIX is just dicey. We're sitting at 35.08, okay? To put things in context, there is an elevation going on here that we haven't seen in a little while, okay? You see the volatility. There's a daily basis. You put the S&P on the same chart, and it's a straight rocket ship up. What is the VIX doing as the S&P is just sitting above 3,500? We'll find out. Stay tuned, folks. We've got a break coming up. We got the S&Ps positive by 9. Nasdaq holding steady up 100. The Dow is now flat. Russell flat as well. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back in 3 minutes.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Market pulling back a couple points. S&P's positive by about 7 now. Nasdaq positive 99. Dow slipping into the negative by about 28 points. Jumping over to other stocks with action. How about Kodak? The volatility continues. Check out that chart, folks, from $6, and it's charging higher above $10. And that is on the news that you have hedge fund D.E. Shaw has a 5.2% stake in Kodak. Not sure why that means the price should double overnight, but nonetheless, it's quite a market right now. Of course, Kodak having to do with the volatility recently after the government was granted a loan to produce drug ingredients. The loan was later put on hold amid a probe involving disclosure of the loan, insider trading, claims of nefarious action all over the place on this stock. To put it on some context, here's where the fun began. You see the action on July 27th, 1.6 million shares traded. That was the day before the news was supposed to be announced that they had a deal with the government. The previous day, 74,000. That day, 1.6 million. Not good, folks. Bad things happening. Nonetheless, you up to $60. It's been a slow trickle down to $6. Somehow today, investors are back in charge that they think it's going higher to $10.25. Be careful, folks. Even if you got a hedge fund in there, owning 5+% of the stock doesn't mean it's worth what it is. Double what it is yesterday, which is kind of what you're coming into. Pretty crazy action. All right, checking back in. How about Bitcoin? Catching a little bit of a bid. From 11,100 a week ago, we're above 12,000 today on Bitcoin. Some context on the Bitcoin run. There's a little volatility for you. Really, that acceleration begins in the month of July 27th. You're at 9,500. This morning, we're at 12,035. The recent high of about 12,635. Checking back in commodities. Gold hanging tough right near that 2,000 mark. 1998. Silver up 50 cents above $29 so far. You got natural gas market. Where are we? Come on. There it is. $2.56 natural gas with a little bit of volatility as well. All right, folks, we got the market slipping a bit. S&P's now positive by 5. You get the Dow now negative by 42. Nasdaq hanging on to gains. Stay tuned, folks. We got a man, Larry Pesavento. He's coming up live next. We'll be right back.